Okay, right now we're gonna see how we fill out the ASIS residential contract for sale and purchase. First of all, we need to take out the tax roll where we're gonna have a lot of information. Okay, now this is an example. Okay, let's gonna put the name of the seller. You're gonna find it on the tax roll. Okay, now we're gonna have the buyer. Okay, normally this is, if we're preparing this contract, this is our customer. Okay, let's gonna put now we go here to line 7 and the property description. We need to put the address of that property. That is located and where? On Broward. Okay, so this is the county. Now it comes the property tax ID. Normally has 9 numbers. This you're gonna find it on the tax roll. And here comes the legal description. And the legal description normally is something like that. This is not the exact one, but something like that with a lot of numbers and you know, and letters. You're gonna find it on the tax roll also. Okay. Now here comes the personal property. You have here what is included. Normally those things are included. Okay, like range, ovens, refrigerator, dishwashers, disposal, ceiling fans, intercom, light fixtures, drapery rods, blinds, smoke detectors. Okay, but if there is something missing, you put it here. If not, you just write NA and that's okay. Okay. Now, what is excluded? Okay. Now let's gonna think that there is a chandelier on the living room. Okay, that still they didn't took it out. Okay, so we're gonna put now. We know that the chandelier is not included in the purchase; it's excluded. Okay. Now let's gonna go to purchase price. Let's gonna think that this house, this condominium goes around 500,000. Okay, and we are gonna put an escrow of 20,000. This is the money that we are gonna put on escrow. Okay, and we receive the check, so it accompanies the offer. Okay. Now we're gonna put the escrow agent information. This is where these funds are gonna be deposited. Now we put the phone. And if you know the facts, you can also put that. Additional deposit to be delivered to escrow agents. Let's gonna put that in 10 days. They're gonna put another $10,000. And then we go here and we see financing. Let's gonna think that they're gonna finance half of that, 50%. They're gonna put $250,000, and they're going to finance $250,000. And other, normally we don't use, only something that is different from here. Okay, so basically this is the balance that they need to bring at the closing. Basically is 500,000 less 20,000 less 10,000 less the financing, whatever the bank is going to bring to us, and they need to bring $220,000 in, normally it's a wire transfer. Then we go here for the time and acceptance of the offer, and let's gonna put that 2 days from now. So today is the 25th. Let's gonna put that they need to answer on the 27th. And closing the date, we need to put, as is finance, we need to put around 45 days, or a little bit more, even 50, but let's gonna put around 45. Okay, so today is the 25th. So here is 1 month. Let's gonna go a little bit more, and let's gonna sign. The closing is gonna be on May the 12th, 2020. And we have plenty of time also for the financing. Okay, we check that only if the property is subject to a lease. If it has a tenant right now, if it's the owner that is leaving or is vacant, we don't mark here that this is the case. Okay, and let's see if the contract might be assigned. Normally, what I know that these buyers are gonna close at their name, so I'm gonna put may not assign this contract. Okay, financing, we have buyer per cash, or this contract is contingent upon buying, obtaining an approval of a conventional or FHA. I'm gonna mark this one because they're gonna need a finance, a mortgage. Okay, let's see that they're gonna need to have in 30 days. It's a fix. Normally this talk about the interest. Initial interest does not exceed. If I know, I can put that. If not, it's a prevailing rate depending on the buyers. Okay, for a term of normally 30 years. If I don't know, I can leave it blank and it's going to be 30 days. Okay, buyer shall make a mortgage loan application for the financing within. Well, we assume that he's already pre-approved, so I can put 1 day, but you can put 1, 2, 3, 4 if he wasn't pre-approved, but normally it's already pre-approved, so he went to the bank. I'm going to put just 1 day. You can put any number there. When there are things that are blank right now, I prefer that you fill it up. Here it says if you left blank, you forgot to put everything, then 15 days. We can put 15 days. That's okay. It's just that it's for the title insurance commitment that they need to give. Normally, the title company is going to work on that with the seller, So that is okay. Okay, and here we need to see who is the one who's going to designate the closing agent. That is the title company that's going to make the closing. Normally, we use this one. Okay, that basically here, what it says is that each party is going to pay whatever they need to pay. The seller is going to pay whatever corresponds to him, and the buyer is going to do the same thing in his or her side. Okay, here, buyer and this policy share shall not be obligated to pour more than, if it's left blank 200, we can put 200, that's okay. You can change that if you want, you can put any number. Home warranty, normally here in Florida, we don't have a home warranty here, so I'm going to put NA. Special assessment, you need to understand that those special assessment here in this contract is public body assessment. That does not include condominium or homeowners association assessment. So here we put seller shall pay the assessment in full prior or at the time of the closing. Okay, but this is not the condo assessment. This is very important because this one is going to go on the condo rider. That's where we're going to see it. It's going to go here. Very important also for the agents that you need to read the contract. You need to understand whatever is on the contract in order to, when you give that to your customers, if they ask you something, you know what it says. Okay, property inspections. This is a way that the buyer may do any inspections, okay, by a professional or by himself, by a professional person or by himself, okay. I'm gonna put 10 days, so they can go, they can check that everything's in working conditions, okay. They have 10 days to do that. So things are already pre-written. It's very important that you read them and you understand what it says. If you don't understand anything, just talk with your broker or manager in order to see exactly what they said and understand exactly what they say. Then we go here. Okay, it's the addenda that's going to be included in this contract. For example, we know that is a condo rider. It's part of a condominium. So we're going to add, okay, the addendum, the condominium rider addendum that you can find in your office normally. Okay. Now we know that the property was built before 1978, so may have lead paint. So we put that also addendum. So whatever you mark here, remember that has to be an addendum signed by both parties, buyer and seller, okay, with the ones that you put here. Additional terms, you can write whatever the buyer and seller negotiate for that. For example, it's going to put okay. Now here we're saying that seller is going to contribute with $1,000 towards buyer closing cost and or any other expenses. You can write whatever they had negotiated. Okay, and then we go down. Buyer needs to sign here with the date. If it's two buyers, both need to do. Seller or sellers also here. Here you put the address if we need to send any notice of the buyer. Here the address of the seller. Okay, then you go here and it's gonna put the name of the realtor. Where does he work? And normally on this side we put how much they're gonna pay. So I think that is 3%. If you know, and you of course you know the other party's name, that's gonna put, and if you know, whatever you know, it's always better. Okay, then what you need to do is make buyer initial, okay, and send to the other listing to Maria Sanchez in order for her customers to initial. Okay, thank you very much.